Imagine yourself a year from now. Imagine yourself a year from now being very committed to this lifestyle. Imagine how you're going to look back on this time when you don't know, when you're still comparing yourself to other people on the sugar diet, and you're looking at others' accomplishments and you're diminishing your own, when you could just be focused on yourself and your healing and your lifestyle and how to improve it. And you could look back a year from now and go, wow, I'm so glad that I made this choice, that choice, and I decided to do something for myself instead of worrying about what others thought. I decided to say no to that burger. I decided to say no to that steak. I decided to say no to that coffee. I decided to say no to that alcohol, or whatever it is that troubles you. I got off that medication. I finally took the step forward, which scared me, which I have been hesitating to do. I've been on the fence about, and is this really going to work? And am I really going to be able to hang on to this? And is this really the lifestyle for me? Like, just imagine a year from now. Just imagine a year from now when you've really committed. I feel that there's a lot of people trying to serve two masters here. There's a lot of people here that are on the fence, and there's a lot of people that will pull scientific data or studies or story time and say, you know, we have to have the meat and the saturated fat and the fatty acids. Like, there's fatty acids in peaches and cherries and bananas. They are the complete food, you know. And if they were picked ripe and if they were grown properly, they would have a lot more sugar in them. They would have a way higher Brix value, and then we wouldn't be having to add sugar to this fruit. So if we were able to pick fruit from the tree and it was right there available for us, we wouldn't even need the extra sugar. So that's why we add it in, for the extra calories and for the extra taste. So just imagine yourself a year from now. Like, really put that into perspective, because every choice that you make from this day going forward is going to affect your health and your well-being. It's going to affect your VO2 max, it's going to affect your blood pressure, it's going to affect how you handle glucose, it's going to affect your insulin sensitivity or your resistance, every single choice that you make. So, I mean, like, I'm like full bedhead here, I'm having my breakfast, and this just sort of came to mind as a little video topic for everybody, because I get a lot of critics and a lot of hate and a lot of, like, you know, resistance to the truth, you know, because it just can't be that way. It just can't be that way. People simply cannot live without meat, man. That's just how it is. It's always been. Like, I would love if everybody, has anybody here hunted? Does anybody know what that's like? Does anybody ever drained the blood from an animal? Has anybody hung it up and cut its throat? Has anybody taken the guts out of it? Have you stripped off the hide? Have you butchered it and prepared it? And then having a place to store it. Like, when were ice boxes and fridges, when did they come around? And then before that, we had to heavily salt things just to keep them good without maggots running through it. These things were not common among anybody who was working class. This was just for the rich and the royal. And even then, they didn't turn out so good. Gout is rich man's disease. Like, just, you know, you just do a little research. Just do a little research. Every culture that has a high carbohydrate output lives longer and has incredible health markers, doesn't have dementia. These are true things. And when they had any source of meat, it was very sparingly and it wasn't very common. These are just simple facts, you know? We have been in this industrial era for, 100+ years, and a lot of the world has become westernized, and now there's a McDonald's on every corner, It's very hard unless you go into the village to kind of see how it was at one time. Yeah, so in any case, it's a matter of choice and it's a matter of health. Like, I am choosing to eat this way and live this way because I care about my health. I care. Sorry guys, I had to let him out. But I choose to eat this way because of my health and well-being. So, you know, when I took that step to come to Europe a couple years ago, like, I had no idea what was coming towards me. You know, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And that's the best part about it. I think when we look back on these moments in our life where it's like, I don't really know what's going to happen. Like, I don't have a lot of money right now. I don't have that job. Like, I don't have that relationship. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get through. I don't know how I'm going to manage all these things. Like, those are the moments where you really become somebody. You really become something because you have to step up and you have to commit to something. You have to commit to whatever the next step is, whatever it is that is necessary in your life. So I think there's a lot of on the fencers and there's a lot of people comparing themselves, and this is like death by 1,000 cuts, you know. If you're always looking at somebody else's progress and accomplishments, you know, you can watch someone paint for hours. That doesn't mean you know how to paint, you know. You got to go paint yourself. So paint your own picture, or paint your own life and create something for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to kind of get left behind. And if you just rely on what this person's doing and that person's doing, and, you know, like, my sugar diet method is different than other people's, and so it's fine. I mean, I love what I'm doing, and I think it's incredibly effective, and it's the best thing that I've ever committed to in my life. So this is a really strong message for me, and I know it can help others because it helped me dramatically. Like, I never thought I would stop drinking coffee or stop drinking alcohol or stop eating meat ever in my life. Like, never, ever. And here I am, and a lot of people can't believe it. You know, my own parents are kind of like, they have this like fog, like they don't see what's going on, but they will when I go see them in person again. I guess the message here is, I might seem a little bit dogmatic, or I might seem a little too committed, because I am literally observing myself and how this is affecting me. You know, I'm not out here typing and the comment warriors and all this crap. Like, I'm out here doing it, guys, and I'm just sharing my experience with you. You know, did I screw up along the way? Yeah. Did I make mistakes? Yeah. Like, is everything perfect? No. But that's the beauty of it, is you can keep improving and you can keep refining everything that you do. And this works and this doesn't. And I'm going to eat a lot of sweet potato until I get sick of it. And then I'm going to move on to something else. So your body gives you this transition. So your body tells you things. Especially the cleaner you get and the less toxic things you put on your skin, the less toxic things that you eat and that you drink, your body starts to change and refine and become more beautiful from the inside out. So the message is like, imagine yourself a year from now, you know, imagine yourself a year from now eating enough, drinking enough water, having enough sugar, having enough fruit, having enough carbohydrates, having enough of the right foods. And that will give you the clarity and the vision that you need for the rest of your life and the choices that you need to make. You know, put your toes in the sand. Like, just go out there and do something that's good for your senses, that's good for your nervous system. Put your phone down. Stop stressing about the weight loss and how fast it's going to be. This is about changing your life for the better. This is about having a better outlook on life. This is about less stress in your life. And that's the message, and I hope it gets to you. I'll see you in the next one.